Kentucky's biggest city not only loves its sport, but it's also home to some very famous sporting events and sporting goods for that matter. That being said, here are the stadiums and arenas of Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville Slugger Field. Well, we didn't have to wait too long to see one of those things that the city is known for. The Louisville Slugger, an iconic baseball bat, is of course from Louisville. There's even a museum dedicated to it over here. Just think of how many baseballs, and indeed mailboxes, have been imprinted with the name of this city. The minor league team that plays here are cleverly named the Louisville Bats, referring to both the winged bat and the wooden bat. Like a few major league ballparks, this minor league venue has incorporated a pre-existing building into its design. There is a train shed hiding somewhere in this place. Well, hiding in plain sight. Other than the train shed, this place has all the features that minor league ballparks are known for, which includes a vast variety of seating options. Linn Family Stadium. This soccer-specific stadium is situated in an area of the city called Butchertown. However, it is another industry that this stadium draws inspiration from. The roof was designed to resemble bourbon barrels. It certainly does. I mean, as much as it can do within reason. It's not actually made of charred oak. The only end of the stadium without a roof offers some scenic views of the city and some useful views of the video board. In particular, the slow motion replays that show you whether you should be angry at the ref or not. Oh, Butchertown and bourbon. If there's nowhere at the stadium that serves the bone luge, they are certainly missing a trick. Linn Federal Credit Union Stadium. This city doesn't have an NFL team, although you could easily mistake this for an NFL stadium, owing to the vast amount of chairback seats rather than the college standard aluminium benches, and after a renovation a few years back that added this section, it's very much a modern looking stadium. Still, there is at least one feature that is common amongst college stadiums and less so in the NFL, that being the extensive amount of brick that makes up the exterior, although it's certainly not amongst the most beautiful exteriors in college football. It's really the interior where this stadium shines, because that's where the floodlights are focused. Freedom Hall was home to the Louisville Cardinals basketball team for most of its history. And speaking of history, this place has plenty of that. Firstly, it was designed to host horse shows, hence the elongated nature of the arena floor. It also hosted Muhammad Ali's first professional bout. And unsurprisingly, it's hosted some of the most famous names in music, such as Vanilla Ice, and also some talented individuals. Currently, it's just home to the Bellarmine Knights basketball team, who are much smaller than the Cardinals, and so it's not only the floor size that is surplus to requirements, but the capacity as well. Still good to see that it has a tenant. If Freedom Hall is the historic home of basketball in the city, then Broadbent Arena is the same for hockey, although none of the teams that called this place home ever really stuck around for that long. This too is located within the Kentucky Exposition Center, and it too hosted equestrian events back in the day. However, unlike Freedom Hall, it doesn't have a sporting tenant nowadays, which was useful for the local authorities during the pandemic, as it was used as a mass vaccination site. Democratic Republic of Mark and Cindy Linn Stadium. That's a fitting name because it's home to both the Cardinals' men's and women's soccer team. You know, because Mark is a men and Cindy is a women. Given the stadium's small size, there's still a lot going on. Firstly, there's the main stand made up entirely of covered bucket seating. On the opposite side is a grassy hill with a large video board. And then there's this stand here, which is like a smaller, less spectacular version of the new Northern stand at their American football counterpart stadium. It's got it all. KFC Yum Center. Yep, the Colonel founded KFC right here in Louisville. It now operates in around 150 countries, giving people a taste of southern hospitality with a side order of heart disease. And if you're lucky, maybe even some gastrointestinal bleeding, if the teenager making the chicken dropped her earring in the breading by mistake. Yum Brands is the parent company that owns the likes of Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. All three can be found within the arena. The Taco Bells have been strategically placed near the restrooms. Anyway, enough about fast food. A strange little fact about this place is that with a capacity of over 22,000, it would be the largest NBA arena if it were an NBA arena. Yet, it isn't even the largest basketball arena in the state. Lexington has them beat on that front, albeit by a negligible amount. Louisville Gardens. For a city of its size, Louisville has plenty of arenas. Too many of anything. That's why this beautiful old building is just being used as a storage facility nowadays. I believe there have been some plans as of late to redevelop the venue. Either way, the building is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, so it almost certainly won't be getting demolished anytime soon. Churchill Downs. I normally don't include race courses of the horse variety, but since this is the home of the Kentucky Derby, the most famous race in the nation, it's also a venue that's known for its distinctive architecture, and it has a capacity that is nearly 3 times that of Linn Federal Credit Union Stadium. How could I not include it? As you might expect with a venue that opened in 1875, there are plenty of quirky older structures, but there are plenty of modern amenities as well, like this mammoth video board, and the newly built first turn grandstand over here. That opened in 2023. Speaking of fast food, I wonder what they do with the race horses that don't quite make it. And on that disturbing thought, those were the Stadiums of Louisville. Thanks for watching, have a good one.